Hello, welcome to this video of Tomb Raider 3 glitch tutorial. Today it's going to be about HSC, aka Hide Security Compound, sorry. So this is going to be a long level, technical level, but you will see you can get through it relatively easily, so let's go. There might be a couple of things we might do different compared to the world record routes and whatever. So let's go. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to do immediately backflip to get immediately here, open the door and sprint there. So this is the best sequence you can get here, kinda, and this sequence is really hard, so don't worry. What you want to do is you just want to go there, go to the block and push it. It doesn't matter if your sequence is relatively slow or not when you start. This sequence is really hard, so don't worry about that. So what you can just do is you can just sprint there, get your running jump if you want here, and just sprint over there. Don't worry, it won't be too slow anyway. It doesn't really matter. There is a lot of sequence of this. What's way more important is this next part. So the next part is if you are unlucky, what can happen is you need to go to the crouch space here. The problem is the card is here, and if you are unlucky, if you go directly to the hole, the guard might make you stuck between his leg and beat you to death. So you have to be careful about that. So a way to fix that relatively efficiently is to wait until it comes close to you, and then you go for it and you keep going, and eventually will push. Oh, okay. Well, you go through here. It was really unlucky actually, but if you wait, just crouch on everything is gonna be all right almost all the time. So this is how you do it. So you just wait to come here and then you just go for it and it works. If you're not confident about that, or if you feel like saving or whatever, there is another solution, but it's tricky for the next part of the level. I'm gonna show you later why, but what you can do is you can free an invincible prisoner here, which will take care of this guy. So this is also another way to get rid of him. What it will probably cause a slow kill later in the level that I'm gonna mention. So just be prepared about that. Anyway, whatever you do, you need to go to that crouch space. There is an alternate strat for this part, but I'm not gonna show it because this is really advanced, really hard, and can soft lock Lara really easily, so don't worry about that. Just go here, push this second block, push this third block, and get away from this place. This guy should go through the block, yeah, don't worry about that. And then you climb here, and you're good to go. So then what you want to do is you want to sprint a bit and jump at the right time here. If you jump right, you can grab. If you jump too early, you will end up stumbling here. So what you just do is you just go here and climb it. It's not too bad. So I'm not gonna enter too much detail into that because this is really long level, so we don't have much time to this. This I will just quickly mention, but you can sprint there and sprint there, and don't worry, if you do the fan strats, which is Zombie Lara, which I'm gonna mention later, it's completely fine doing this because this won't make any difference later in the level. So don't worry about that if you're doing the Zombie Lara glitch. And if you're not and you want to save health, you just jump here again to the lever. So this is a bit slower, but you save some health if you don't do Zombie Lara. Also, it's important to know that if you just sprint in the middle of this, you will lose a bit more health if I remember right. So that's why I'm generally trying to sprint on the sides, because generally you will lose less health. I'm not sure it's true, but that's maybe placebo, I don't know, but that's how I do it. Anyway, what you want to do after pulling that lever, you just want to take a walk back here, and you're gonna do a jump twist and grab it, and you're gonna land here if you roll immediately. If you don't roll, that will happen, so just be careful. So you just walk back, do a back twist, roll, grab, unroll again, and it will work every time. If you don't roll, you will fall. If you don't do anything else, you will fall. So this is really easy, but you just need to do everything right. If you don't do the walk back, you will never get it. So this is important to know. Anyway, that will put you in a position here where you can try to instantly press a sprint and do a dive roll here to jump over this. If you practice and you have trouble doing it, like if you fall, because that can happen that you fall, I'm gonna try to, but oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. If you sprint, roll, and you fall like this, well, you will lose a bit of health probably because you'll have to sprint there. Trigger that guy which is gonna follow you and probably wreck you a bit. But generally, if you roll over, if you roll over the hole here, you will have to do this. You will have to sprint there, roll here at the very right. It's really important to be on the very right, because if you fall here, you can instantly jump and hold forward and right and go to the lever. If you are not on the very right, you will get stumbled against this glass thing and you will lose a bit of time. So yeah, you want to sprint there. This way is a bit faster than going down and also better for RNG, so that's what you want to do. Oops, that's obviously not what you want to do. You want to pull the lever and go and jump here. And then you're going to sprint here and you're going to lure the guy, which is here. It shouldn't be here, it should be more like in this place, but whatever. You want to lure the guy here on this tile or this tile. I'm going to show you why. So you want to lure him on one of this tile because this is where you will kill him without guns. So that's what can happen if you miss it, for example. So yeah, you want to lure him there because you don't have any guns, so you have to kill him, and you don't want to release prisoner because it can be very long to kill him. Oops, sorry, with prisoners, so just be careful. Okay, come on. Don't be like this. Okay, so generally he will be here, so what you want to do is you want to hide him, to hide here, and if he's not already in the tile, you place yourself at the tile I am in right now, and you wait for him. He will come automatically and arrive at one of these two squares because his path is supposed to go follow you until he can shoot you. So he will automatically go to that place. And what you want to do is you want to save and reload your game 2 times here. When he is on this tile, you save and reload 2 times your game, and you do it quickly. Obviously, like when you load it again, you want to save immediately and you want to reload. And don't worry, if you just save and reload, you won't get any texture glitch at all. It's not possible. If it means you did it wrong if you have texture glitch, because it's not supposed to happen. Anyway, if the second time you load, it will die. So the reason it works is that doors are closed for one frame when you reload, the first frame when the level loads. So because he's on this tile and the level on the door closes and opens, what's happening is that it damages the guard, and it just needs to do it 2 times to make him die. So that's how it is. So that's how we kill this guy without guns and without helps. So you kill him, you pick his stuff, and you keep going. So this is a really cool glitch, really easy glitch. You just need to lure him at the right tile and wait for him. And then you just do some sprinting. It doesn't really matter, it's pretty easy. And serious stuff are coming soon, don't worry. So you try to sprint better than I just did, but whatever. And you want to do this jump, which is a bit harder than it looks. If you jump too early, this jump, you will have few trouble. If you jump too early, so here it would work. Yeah, it would have worked if I don't go right, but if you jump, I don't know, here, you will hit yourself. Oh no, well, that was still okay, but for example, if you do this, oh, not this, you will see that you will hit your head against the low ceiling. So you want to jump a bit late. You just want to land on it and jump a bit late and grab immediately, because if you don't grab immediately, you will stumble against the wall. So be careful. That skips a part of the level, by the way. So let's keep actually block pushing. That's what I meant. So when you climb, just go here, no problem. Take the sequence you want. There is no perfect sequence for this. Well, there is one with it's really hard, so I'm not gonna enter too much detail for this one. You pull the lever. You can do either this, which is the fastest way, but it's not the easiest. Or if you want the easiest one, you just step back, press a bit left, and do a back twist. It's a bit slower, but it's fine. And you swim to this place, no problem. You try to climb on the very right if you can, or a bit on the right, depending what strat you're gonna use. I'm not gonna show the sprint strat for this because it's not worth for people starting. So the sprint strat is this one. Up. So that's not worth for people starting. So I'm not gonna even mention. What you just want to do is you want to just do a running jump, you roll immediately. You will always have a space to roll, don't worry. Go on the very left, drop, do a side flip, and you're safe. So this is the safest way, and it's not too much slower than the other strat. So I really can recommend doing that. Anyway, you do a back twist, you roll, and either you go there, or you have two roads for now. Well, not three roads, but you have two ways of doing the next part. So I will explain quickly about that. So you can take the med if you are not sure of yourself. Meds are really not too hard on this game. So when you start, you take it, but you will quickly skip it, because you will realize when you get better at managing your health that it's not that worth of a med. So whatever, if you pick it or not, it doesn't change too much. You have two ways of doing the next part. So the first way is this one. You just jump through the ventilators and you jump here. So I'm dying on purpose here because I need to reload, because I can't reload after I did this. So what you do here is we call zombie Lara glitch. So basically what you do is you kill yourself in the ventilator, but because there's a crystal behind it, you survive, because it gives you your health back. But because you died for a small amount of time, what's happening is the game thinks you're dead. It still thinks you're dead even though you're not dead. So you can keep playing, but because you're dead, you can't open inventory anymore. So that means that in this level, if you do that glitch, you won't be able to save anymore. So that's why I'm saying that if you start, I don't recommend that glitch, because if you do that, when you start, you will have to do the entire rest of the level without saving. And trust me, you don't really want to do that, because the next glitch is really hard when you start. It's actually really hard. So what you can do also is you can save just before the ventilator jump. And then, because the glitch is just after the hard glitch, you can try the glitch, and if you fail, you can close your game, reopen it, and reload. So that takes time, but that's the only way to recover it if you really want to do zombie glitch. If you don't want to do zombie glitch, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go here, push that button, push that other button, push that over button, jump twist, and go there, and the level will be, the things will be open. Oops. You just have to be a bit quick so this guy don't annoy you when you go through the fence, because trust me, it's not, there is space, but it's not that easy. It's easy to die if you're not careful and panicking close to the vent. But that's how you do it. So it's something like 20-25 seconds slower. When you start, it's really good. So oops, nice camera. So yeah, whatever you do, you can do this, but for example here I'm pressing the inventory key, but it doesn't work as you can see, because the game thinks I'm dead. So yeah, that's how it is. What I'm gonna do for this tutorial, I'm gonna avoid that glitch, because obviously I want to save to show you stuff. But if you're confident not saving, you can do it, no problem. It's really easy. You just go through it. You just jump here when the slope is starting to be really sloppy, and you just let yourself go and you go here. So that's it. So let's just do the playboy right now. I don't mean Vantage on the fence, obviously. So do I need to say something else? No, for this part it's pretty much easy. So yeah, you slide on here, jump and grab here, just do stunning jump, and this is important that you climb on the very left, because the next glitch is going to require you to set up from the very left. So how do you do the next glitch? I'm going to show you first. I'm going to show it to you first, and then I'm going to explain. If I can make it, obviously. That should work. Yes. Hop. Yep. So that's the glitch. So that looks pretty easy because I did first try, but trust me, it's not when you start. So what you want to do is you want to go forward, crouching, and you want to crouch 7. You want to hear 7 crouch sounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You hear 7, that means you're in a good spot. So if you want to hear 7 crouch sound, you need to press forward until you hear the 6 crouch sound. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you stop when you hear the 6th one. So that's the position you want. Then you turn 45 degrees. So it's like Nevada, you really want to press left really hard, because if you don't, you will just move slightly to the right, and that's not what you want. And then you are in the spot where if you just press gun to crouch up, and if you press forward, you won't be able to enter the wall. It's because you need to be slightly, like 1 frame or 2 more to the right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press right quickly like this, and if you see Lara moves, it means you have a chance for it to work. I'm gonna explain things later. So for example here, if I crouch and go forward, it will work because Lara is stuck in the wall. But if you press, it has to be really not too much of a press. So that's why it's really tricky to do with glitch, because if you press like this, for example, this might not work, because you will get used to it. You will see Lara's movement after pressing, and you will know that it's too much or not. If it's too much, what you need to do is you need to press tap left again to make her in another position. And for example here, she came back too much to the left, so I know I have to press right again, like this. So here, for example, it's probably enough because she didn't move too much. Up, yeah, it was enough. So you will get used to it. Try a bit pressing left and right, and you will see when it will work, when it will not work, when you will have to press left or not. What you have to know is you have to move slightly, really slightly to the right after you are 45 degrees. That's the most important. Then it's manual right and left inputs. If you do it right, you just need to press right once, but it's not that easy. So yeah, turn 45 degrees, press right. So for example, here, it might work here. You crouch, and if you are too much right, well, what will happen is that you will go through the corner. You will go through the corner, you won't get stuck like I'm stuck right now. You will just go through the corner, and the glitch will fail. Then what you do is you really press forward, so you are really in bed. Because if you press forward and you immediately crouch up, what's gonna happen is that there is a chance, it's pretty random, that you will get stuck in the ceiling and you won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to turn like you should do. So this happens randomly if you're just not insisting on pressing forward, so just be careful about that. So if you press crouch, you will be embedded in the ceiling like this. And what you want to do is you want to press forward, which is really important because you want to turn left. But if you just press left, she's going to do this. She's going to move inside the ceiling and the glitch won't work. What you want to do is you want to press forward before that. And you want to hold it, obviously. It might not work. Okay, it works. So you press forward and then left to move, and move a camera. And then you keep pressing left until you have this angle. So I will drop a link in the description with two potential visual setups. It's relatively linear, it's not too bad. So don't worry about that. But the most important is to have your own visual clue because there is a lot of things possible for this camera, but this angle will work. So you have to stop at this angle. I personally use a small dot on the bottom right of the screen. I don't know if you can see it, but it will be in the description with a link. But everyone has different one, I think, so don't worry about that. Take your own one if you don't like mine. Anyway, this is the position you want, and then what you need to do is just press left, and she will step backward and glitch up. So this is the best case you can get. If you have a perfect angle, that will happen. If you don't have a right angle, I will show you what will happen. Did I? Yeah, okay, I did, right. So up. Let's save here to see, because I'm not sure if it's more left or more right. I should do so. For example, here I'm not sure it will work. Okay, it still works. So you can see this is pretty lenient. Up. For example, here. Let's try here. Yeah. So if you hear that sound, you hear the step sound, but she doesn't get out. What you just need to do is you just roll. You roll 2 times and you will glitch up. So this is important. This is kind of recovery if you missed a bit the angle. So this happens when you are a bit more to the left. So you just go here. So for example, here you hear this sound, but you don't glitch up. Just press roll 2 times, and you're good. So let's redo the whole thing one more time, just to be sure that I don't forget anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 45 degrees. Tap right once. So here, I think it's too much. I'm gonna save to show you, but it might be too much. Yeah, so when it's too much, that will happen. And you might think that you want to, it doesn't really matter because you will just lose time climbing the ladder. But if you do this, there is a chance that you hit a trigger that will completely ruin the rest of the level. But there is a ventilator, a fan in the water that is supposed to be activated when you get there. But if you do that glitch, that ceiling glitch, you have 100% chance of it being disabled. So you won't get dragged by the current to the fan. And it saves like 1 minute because you need to get a key and then go in a certain part of a level. This is basically dev intended, and that's not what we want. So I'm not gonna show the alternate route if you skip it because this is dev intended. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure I know anyway. But if you go through the corner like this, there is a chance it works, there is a chance it doesn't work. It really depends if you hit the trigger. The trigger is this tile on the right here, I guess. It's this tile in the corner. And yeah, if you go through the corner, you need to go through it really through it, because for example, if you're like this, that won't work. You will hit the trigger, for example, where here it's a bit abused, but whatever. So yeah, so here you need to tap left. So here I tap too much, I need to tap right, and now it should work. Yeah. So you're in bed, you press guns to get up and get in the ceiling, forward plus left to get your angle. And if you're going too much left like this, for example, you can no problem press right again to come back. It's not an issue. Get that angle roughly, press left, and you glitch up, and you roll, and you can keep going. So that's pretty much it about that glitch. If you have other trouble than what I just said, you can ask in the description, no problem, or in Discord. It's pretty hard glitch. Maybe I forgot one thing, one really small thing that might change everything. So it's hard to tell. But if you have any trouble, don't worry, I'm here. And then there is a next glitch. So remember that you need to do this glitch without saving if you do the fan thing. So that's why I recommend not doing it when you start. I recommend not doing the fan thing when you start. Anyway, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna sprint to the next glitch. The next glitch can be a bit tricky, so I'm gonna show it to you if I can get it, because this glitch is one of my least favorite glitch possible. Okay, that's this glitch. So this is a corner bug, but this corner bug is actually way trickier than it looks. So what I personally do is I just sprint, I don't roll anything, and I just stick to the left here, to the right here, against this small wall like here. And when I'm close to the wall, I stop running. Well, up. I'm too close. Okay. I stop running, and I get stuck to this against this wall, and then I'm almost 100% in the same spot where I can just get my angle, which is this one. So basically, if you're looking at the ladder, at the ladder, because it's a ladder, this black thing, I just line up until we don't see the ladder anymore, and just at the right of the ladder on top there is a dot. I will put you a link if you don't see it in the description as well. So there is a dot right at the right of a ladder end, and I want it to be covered like this. And once it's covered, just when it's covered, I can just jump and hold forward, and I will embed like this. And this is one of the best embed you can get to do this glitch. Then you need to just turn left and press forward at the right time to slide like this. Because you can make this glitch directly without sliding, but it's way harder and way more precise. If you slide, just slide here, then press left and press forward, and you will glitch up. So this is the best way I found to do this glitch, which can be really tricky when you start. I know a lot of people have trouble. If you don't know how to do it, or if you can't do it because of angle or whatever, you can just climb the ladder. As you can see, it's not that big of a ladder. It's better than missing the glitch 2 times. But that's how I do. I personally, after my roll, after the glitch, I just sprint all my bar. I just stop a bit before the corner, sticking to the right. I cover the dots. I jump holding forward, and I'm always in that spot where I'm a bit embed like this. And this is the best way of just turning left, pressing forward at the right time to slide. And once you're just sliding, it's pretty easy. Just press left and forward. It's really easy once you do that. The hardest part is to get the wall slide, because if you turn too much, that will happen. You will get into a wall. You might even slide on this wall. That never happened before, but whatever. And if you press too early, that will happen. So there is really a number of cases that are really important. Also, if you do it too late, that can happen. You just get out. So you need to, for this, once you're in this position, you need to practice the timing of pressing forward. So as you can see, I'm turning left, and I press forward at the right time, and it works. And I don't really have any way of really saying to you a visual clue when I press forward, because I do it by feel, by practice, and etc. Because obviously when you're turning, it's really hard to find a visual clue, because when you're turning, the screen is moving, can be disturbing, and etc. At least it's disturbing me. So I just do it by feeling, knowing when to press. But if you want to have a visual clue yourself, you can just watch my video and put it at 0.5 speed and check out when I press forward, when it works, and you will see if you can get a visual for this. But what I personally do is I just turn up and press forward at the right time. It's not, it's pretty lenient. It's not that hard, but it's you really need to practice it because as you can see, this is not 100% consistent. So this is what you want. Also, what's good about that glitch is that if you slide and just press forward, you can just pick up a small med there directly. If you climb the ladder, you have to do a roll and etc. So that saves a bit of time. So yeah, that's all I can say about this glitch because this is really hard. I don't recommend doing anything else than YOLOing, than doing it not really YOLOing, but doing it the way I do because I think that's the most efficient way. So here, for example, I didn't need to slide. I was a bit lucky. But yeah, just practice the turn and the slide and it's pretty okay. So where it's... Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I'm gonna show you the whole thing, I guess. Oh, well. Okay, that was the save. That was too much to the right, I guess. So yeah, the whole thing should be like this, turn left until you get to that spot, press left, roll, sprint until you are out of stamina, stop running before hitting the wall, cover the dots like this, jump holding forward, that's important, turn, slide, and press forward, and pick up a med. So that's the only thing I can say. I can't say more about that, so I'm gonna keep going. So then you want to sprint, and you want to sprint there, you want to do a dive roll, and you want to jump on that box, and immediately jump here over this laser. If you touch the lasers, you will trigger Trures here all the way through, and you obviously don't want to do that. This is awful. So yeah, you just want to sprint, get on that box, up, and jump over it. So this is a bit trickier than it looks. It looks really easy, but it's actually a bit tricky. So the reason it's tricky is because of a Tomb Raider free mechanic. So it's really easy to get stuck against that wall like this. Even if it looks like it's really close to be able to jump, that can happen really easily. If that happens, just step back and do a walk run jump. So if you miss it first try, the guard won't be here, don't worry. But so for example, you get stuck here, step back, do a walk run jump, and don't worry, it will be okay. As long as you don't jump too much to the left, you will make it every time. Oops. Up. Like this, for example. So don't worry too much about that. If you miss it, it's fine. If you miss it on the guard is here, I recommend stepping back. Well, wait. Up. If he's already here, just step back and just do a standing jump and do another jump here to recover. Because jumping while he's on the block is really, really awful. Trust me about that. Oops. Well, you're not supposed to stop here, but whatever. So yeah, when you jump, just jump like this and it should work. So nothing more to say about that. Then you go here, blah blah blah. You go here, hoping that this guy will turn immediately. Like this. Once he said hey, it means he's gonna come to you, and once he said hey, you can just go there, here. Push that button as quickly as you can, and try to cross that guy's path. Why? Because those guys are taking care of it, but if you don't do it, what will happen is those guards might cross the guard's path here, on this tile, and if it happens, there is a chance that those guys run in circle climbing this small wall here for like 30 seconds or whatever. So crossing this guy path, if you are fast enough, helps you getting a better RNG. So you need to kill that guy because he's dropping this stuff. Oops. See, my position of a save is awful. Oops. Up. Come on. Okay, whatever. I don't want to do this. So you just do your jump, keep going. Just drop down. And hope this guy has good RNG. It's pretty good here. And then you want to jump on this tile here, at the right of this tile, because you can roll immediately there and avoid a stumble. And then you try to go to the button as fast as you can. And here, for example, you try to cross that guy's path if you're fast enough, and it will do the job every time. Up. And then you want to try to jump from here, actually just before here, because that will make you jump here and be able to jump immediately there and keep going. So this is the fastest way of getting up. So now let's go. I'm gonna save and cut the video because the game is lagging, so I don't really know why I will restart it quickly. So yeah, be right back. Okay, we're back. So it should be good now. So you use that thing. You don't do that. You straight sprint there. Oh my god, that was awful. But you would just want to jump over here. Sprint here. Try to do a diving roll before the slope so you don't have problems sliding on the slope. And it will set you in a good position to do another running jump, don't worry. Oh my god, that's awful. Whatever. So you do a roll here, you do a running jump twists, and you pull that lever. Why don't we go around? It's because there are lasers here that kills you instantly. So if you're confident, you can just turn just after pulling the lever, jump forward holding left to go on top of it. And if you're not confident, you can just step back like this and do a running jump, but this is really not too hard to do standing jump, don't worry. And then you do your sprinting here. You try to hit the ceiling here so you can keep running and not stumble. And you're gonna roll here. You're gonna roll here because it's the only way to get down without dying. So you can't shake your health because you can't go in the menu. Well, if you did the glitch. And also because you can't draw guns because you don't have guns. So just be careful in the previous sequence. If a guy shoots you, be careful to check your health, because the drop here drains a lot of health, like 60% if I remember right. So let's look how many it cost. Yeah, a bit more than 50. So just be careful about your health when you get to the next room of this here, because if a guard shoots you, you will be able to check your health quickly. So that will be really handy. So for example here, I know that my health is good, so I don't need to use a med, but if I had less than 50% or close, I will just use a med and it won't be a problem. Of course using the hotkey because I can go into the menu. Okay, so if you do it quick, that will happen. Ooh, well, that won't happen, but you can just... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. You can just roll immediately and get down, but it's relatively risky, so you can just stop and take your time rolling. Do as you feel, and if you're confident or not. We'll save only 1 second, so don't worry about that too much. And once you're done, you have done the hardest part of the level, I believe. Yeah, you have done the hardest part of the level, and the worst is behind you. So yeah. just slide on here. You can do a back twist here to be slightly faster, immediately roll, and go here, and go down. And this is the current I mentioned you before, so if you didn't skip the trigger like I just explained to you, this fan will kill you immediately with a current. So this is pretty fast, so this is, you can't check it immediately if you missed the, if you skip the trigger or not, if you didn't do the ceiling glitch. So you have to do all these things for nothing if you missed it. So yeah, it's just reload and do the glitch again if you try. Anyway, so you want to pick up those stuff here, which are flares that you're gonna need. So right now you should have already a couple of flares, maybe 12. 16 actually, never mind. Yeah, okay, 16. Yeah, because you got 2 packs. Yeah. You got 2 packs already because there is one that you can't really see. Then you go pick that med and do the easiest glitch of this game. You just go to that ceiling here and you just glitch. That's it. You just go between the slope and the wall, and if it doesn't work, you just press up a bit and she will glitch in. I don't have anything else to say about that because it's literally easiest glitch. Then you go here. So if you did the ceiling glitch, that place will be open. Once you will be once you will be inside, it will go back here. Don't ask me why, just flip map triggers or whatever. If you haven't done the glitch, you need to climb those boxes here. So this is slightly slower, but don't worry. You push that button and you're gonna take the large med here. You don't need the pistols. You're just gonna jump and get the most important weapon in the game, the Desert Eagle. Your pistols will be back at the end of the next level, and you don't need pistols to finish this level. You just need the deagles, so this is not useful. And then if you hit those lasers that you can barely see in this version, it will trigger a tutorial, so you have to go really fast on this block if you trigger the tutorial. And go here. Wait 3 steps and jump to hit the ceiling and be able to get down here without taking the stumble. Then sprint here and do a crouch corner bug, which should be slightly particular. Just go here. You don't want to be completely here. You want to let a bit of space between Lara's right leg, right foot, and the corner, because you will crouch, but you won't glitch immediately. You will be in this situation, and when you do, you just walk forward, and she will glitch up like this. So it's not too hard. So okay, that was a fence glitch, totally not expected. So yeah, this is really easy. Just turn, crouch forward, walk forward, and it works every time. So I'm gonna reload because I'm really low on health. And actually I had, oh my god, I didn't save. Oh my god, okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna have to talk while I'm doing the rest of the level. But yeah, so that corner bug is relatively easy. You just need to know that you need to walk forward. And then the level is pretty much done. You just need to kill one guy and you will be good. So yeah. So as you can see, this level is really long. There is not too much hard stuff, but the glitch right after the fence is really an issue for because of savings. So just decide yourself, practice, do your things, and analyze if you are able to do it or not. And when you will get better, you can add strats, no problem, don't worry. Just keep it simple when you start a run, because it's really not easy to start a run, and it can really discourage you if you're not doing everything every hard trick right. So just take your time, add strats by strats if you want, as long as you have fun, I have no problem. So here I glitch a flare for fun, but don't really need to, by the way. So in case you didn't know, if you grab an underwater pickup and you press the flare button while doing it, you will have a free flare. That's basically the same thing for virtual flare console, except that it's not exactly the same. So it's basically the same thing, except it's not the same. That's what I just said. Whatever. So here we go again. So nothing to say about that. So quickly go here. 1, 2, 3. Up. This guy, you don't really care about him. Just up, forward, and you go here. You turn, climb here, and kill that guy here. So with Japanese, it needs only 1 deagle bullets to kill a guy. European version, we need 2. So this will result in a route difference along the way for bosses and stuff, and I'm gonna mention, don't worry. First difference will be the next level. Pick up that key, and you have 2 ways of doing the next part. So I'm gonna show you the first way, which is, well, you can just, there's actually 3 ways. Oh, I messed up the easiest one. So what you can do is you can drop down here, obviously, and you can just roll here, do a fake grab, roll again, and lose not too much health, and go to the thing. So that's the easiest one. I don't think there is any other explanation to give you. Just roll, fake grab, and roll again. So for people not knowing, by the way, fake grab is just when you roll, and instead, if you grab an old grab, that will happen. But if you do a fake grab, that means just pressing grab once, she will go forward and keep her momentum. That's what makes us go here and lose less health. So that is a way. Second way is to do this, which is probably the hardest thing. So you just want to do swan dive, but you have to do it right, because if you don't do it right, that will happen. And also you can die if you, so here for example it's good, so you need to hit the ceiling and not fall, and not stumble against anything, and etc. And it's not that it's tricky, it's just it's risky when you start a game. So you just do a walk run and you do a swan dive like this, and it works. It's not too hard, but I don't recommend that when you start, even though it looks beautiful, I know, right? And it's important that you do it from this step, because you can't do it from here, because you will hit the ceiling, but that will happen, for example, or etc. The angle is a bit harder and extra, so yeah, don't try it too much. And also there is another way, which is simple and quick. So you just go flat cancel here, and you can even add a running jump before the thing, before the keyhole, that makes it a bit faster actually. So you just up, do your flat cancel. You will lose a bit more health, so you have to be careful about that. This is the solution that drains you the most health, so this is your choice. Anyway, what you do, you use that key, drop down here, and do some sprinting around here. Don't worry if you're not too efficient about sprinting, it won't look like this, but don't worry. And go here and finish the level, and that's it for HSC. You just run around here and hit the trigger here, and you're good to go with HSC. So that's it. Pretty long and relatively hard level. If you need any help about anything else, just tell me about it. And then thanks a lot for watching. Next level will be Area 51, and see you next time.